My name is Jeff Souster. I'm a bespoke tailor from Souster and Hicks in Savile Row and Woburn. When I was at school, the music master, who I have to say I didn't particularly get on with, tried to get us to sing Three Blind Mice. I used to sing in a church choir and I'd done pianoforte as well. I wouldn't sing Three Blind Mice. So he took me to the headmaster in those days to get sticks to the best for being disobedient. And I checked with the headmaster whether I was old enough to leave the school. I was. So I said goodbye in no uncertain terms and got on my bike to go home. I then had the problem of telling my parents that I've left the school, been expelled, whichever way you'd like to say. And on the way home, there was a bespoke tailor's on the corner of the road, and I thought, I'm going to try and give them good news and bad news. And I literally got off my bike and went into this lovely old tailor's and asked him if he could give me a job as an apprentice. I then went on to do what is known as a second apprenticeship, really, or traineeship, where I learned how to do bespoke cutting, which is the most important part of where you make the suit fit for the customer. It's the cutter who's the main man. He's the man that makes the suit fit. You can make a beautiful suit, but if it doesn't fit, it's no good. The most famous place in the world for tailored suits, of course, is Savile Row. One of the tailors that inspired me was a young tailor at that time, a gentleman called Tommy Nutter. He changed the whole image of Savile Row, not to everybody's liking. Savile Row was very staid, very sort of conservative. Tommy came on the scene and did fashionable suits for pop stars and things like this, but reinvented in his own way Savile Row. Tommy was not a tailor, he was a front man. He could measure people, he could style people, but he employed other people to do his cutting and that kind of work for him. But he brought different styles into things. He was only a couple of years older than me, but when you're only a teenager, that's quite a big gap. And I followed what he did, was inspired by what he did, and then developed my own business to have our own image. The very first suit I made was, in fact, for my father-in-law. It was a dark blue tonic mohair by Dormay, and still make the cloth now. And cutting it for him, I had to practice on somebody, so better to be my father-in-law than anybody else. But as it happened, he wasn't too difficult a figure. He kept himself very trim. It wasn't too difficult to cut. I remember he had a drop right shoulder, little things like this. But I managed to get the suit all cut and it looked superb on the day. And the satisfaction I got after seeing him going to a wedding in our family and he's wearing that suit, and I think, I cut that, I felt really good. And that's the wonderful thing about this trade, that you can actually see your garments on people and see the glint come to their eye. And there you go.
That's good, Jeff, thank you. Absolutely superb.